If tonight's story creeped you out, check out this book of real ghost legends. It's in the description.
Peter Traveler, Shadows Fall, Secret Store. In you, their traveler, have found the Darkhour Diaries, the scariest survey, and the visitors, well, they stay forever.
So your neighbor collects antique clocks? Big deal. Mine once collected human blood. No, seriously. Welcome to Düsseldorf, Germany. Year 1930. The jazz was loud, the politics were louder, but underneath it all, something horrifying stirred in the alleys. A man, a myth, a literal monster who walked in daylight. They called him the Vampire of Düsseldorf. Peter Kürten looked boring, middle-aged, well-dressed, didn't yell, didn't swear. He even volunteered to help neighbors move heavy furniture. But when night fell, he hunted with scissors, hammers, and when he felt theatrical, his bare hands. He didn't just kill, he drank their blood. That's not tabloid drama. That's in the court records. He once admitted, "The sight of blood excited me. The more I saw, the more I wanted." Survivors painted a chilling picture. One girl said his eyes glowed in the dark. Another claimed he moved unnaturally fast. Police dogs refused to enter the woods where he was last seen. Locals began to whisper. They said he wasn't a man, but a Nachtsauger, a night sucker, a vampire in modern Germany. And Kürten, he loved it. The fear, the legend. He wrote taunting letters to police, describing his murders with gruesome precision. The city changed. Doors were double bolted. Mothers escorted daughters everywhere. Men formed night patrols, and even they walked in pairs. But Kürten wasn't hiding. He returned to scenes of the crime, blending into crowds, asking detectives about the madman. Imagine that, standing next to a killer and not even knowing it. Now, here's where it gets darker. When he was caught, people hoped he'd be insane. Some excuse, some condition, some explanation. But the truth? He knew exactly what he was doing. He chose it. He told psychologists that killing gave him a sexual thrill. He said the more fear he caused, the more pleasure he felt. He wasn't insane. He was aware. And that's what terrified people most. But here's the part they don't teach in school. This wasn't just about one man. Germany in the 1930s was cracking. The Weimar Republic was collapsing. Inflation, starvation, extremism. And out of that chaos, before Hitler's rise, came Kürten. Some historians say he was more than a serial killer. He was a symbol of what happens when a society stops paying attention. When pain, anger, and fear boil over, sometimes monsters are born. Not in caves, not in fiction, but in our cities, in our neighbors, in ourselves. Kürten was executed in 1931 by guillotine. His final request? A mirror. He wanted to watch his own death. And here's the legend. The moment his head was severed, his eyes blinked. Not once, not twice, 5 times. Doctors swore it was reflex. Witnesses weren't so sure. Was it fear leaving his body? Or something darker still alive inside? We want evil to wear horns, to hiss and growl. But what if it wears a tie, smiles politely, pays rent on time? What if monsters walk in daylight and we shake their hand every morning? Peter Kürten wasn't a myth. He wasn't a vampire. He was something worse. He was a man who chose to become a monster. Would you recognize evil if it lived next door? Could you spot a monster in disguise? Comment below and let's talk about the masks evil wears. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about the masks monsters wear.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.